Hello everyone and welcome to Final Fantasy VIII. This is one of my personal favorite Final Fantasies, so I'm excited to do a Let's Play on it for you guys. Before we get into the game itself, I'm going to do a few quick run-throughs of what this Let's Play is going to basically be. I'm going to try my best to get everything. This includes all limit breaks for all the characters, max weapons, all the Guardian Forces, which are the summons of the game, and a few other little things. I'm going to try my best to get everything I can, but if I don't, I apologize. I'm going to do my best, though. And it's going to be sort of a guide video for those of you who have never played Final Fantasy VIII before. So, I asked this, please no spoilers in the comments. I want this to be a sort of a fresh experience for people who have never played the game, because I do know there are people out there who have never played the game, so, yeah. But feel free to talk about, stuff that happens up to that certain point in the video. So, yeah, keep that in mind. I do have names for all the Guardian Forces, so we'll be going through that, but the characters themselves, they will be family-friendly. So, they're base names. Okay. Dr. Katawaki, sorry. How are you feeling? Okay, I guess. Okay. Take it easy next time, you hear? Looks like your eyes are focusing. You should be fine. Say your name for me. Now, the main character should look familiar if you played Kingdom Hearts. He is Leon. Now, I would name him Leon, except for the thing that his last name is Leonhardt. So, Leon Leonhardt sounds kind of weird, so I'm going to keep it with Squall. Why don't you take it easy in training? Next time you might not be so lucky. Duh to Cypher. That's Cypher. Won't listen to anyone. Why don't you ignore him? I can't just run away. You want to be cool, huh? Well, don't get hurt in the process. Let's see, your instructor is... Questus. I have no clue how to pronounce his name, so I'm going to pronounce it however I feel at the time, so apologies. I'll call her now. Just wait here for a minute. Questus, come get your student. Yes. His injury's not serious, so probably leave a scar. Right. Now please come by. FYI, we are technically students in a mercenary school, referred to as a garden, and we are the Seeds, which are the mercenary groups. Squall, so we meet again. No, we're not a Seed yet. We're currently learning to become one. The origin of very many teacher fetishes from my generation. Ah, God, it's Christus. I knew it'd be either you or Cypher. Come on, let's go. Today's the field exam. Is the unlock turned on, or do I need to turn it on manually? I forgot. No, it's on. Good. Squall, is there something on your mind? Not really. Ah, gods. What's so funny? Funny? No, it's not that. I'm just happy. I feel like I'm beginning to understand my student a little, that's all. I'm more complex than you think. Then tell me. Tell me more about yourself. It's none of your business. Alright, let's go. Wall. I do like the mixture of in-game assets with pre-rendered CG. I think this is the first game I ever played that had that in it. And that's our school, the garden. Balam Garden. Probably mispronouncing that as well. No. I always want to say Babylon, but I know it's not that. Good morning, class. Let's start today's schedule. There seems to be some rumors flying around since yesterday. Yes, the field exam for Seed candidates will begin later this afternoon. There's no participating those not participating and those who failed last week's written test are to remain here in study hall. Field exam participants will have free time until the exam. Just be sure you're in top condition. Meet in the hall in 1600 hours. I'll announce the team assignments there. Okay. Any questions? It's a nice desk. Oh, and Cypher. So, do not injure your partner while training. Be careful from now on. Ha! You got in trouble. You got called out in front of the rest of the class. Field exam participants, I will see you all later. And Squall, I need to talk to you. Alright, this part is technically skippable, but I'm gonna do it now. Because we get these, we get this, if we continue on anyway. Turn on the power and... Login Squall, confirm. Guardian Force data for Squall, searching. Guardian Force registered into Squall are Guardian Force Quetzalcoatl and Guardian Force Shiva. As I mentioned before, I have names for all of them. Side note, Quetzalcoatl is a Mayan, I want to say, god of the sky. So it takes the form of a giant bird that shoots lightning, which is awesome. Now the names I've picked, if you're a frequenter of my channel, you may recognize a few of them. If you're a gamer, you'll definitely recognize quite a few of them. And if you watch Team 4 Star or Hellsing Ultimate, you'll recognize one of them. Hex, for my Fallout 3 playthrough, and my go-to girl, Nexus. The tutorial covers all aspects of gameplay. This tutorial can also be accessed through the regular menu at any time during the game. That's all we need. Alright, get out of that. I'm done. Alright, since this is set 1, I will go through much of the basics of the game, because it's kind of important, but after that it's pretty much going to be the same. There we go. Okay, we're moving up. There we go. Okay, basics of the Guardian Forces. I'm doing this because in a few minutes we're going to get a tutorial of how Guardian Forces work. I don't want to go through that because it's annoying. Now, as you can see in the command section, we only have attack. If we get into a battle, the only thing we can do is attack, which sucks. The only way we gain abilities is through junctioning Guardian Forces to our character, which are supernatural entities that do certain things. So, in this case, we have Hex and Nexus. Doing this allows us to choose other commands. Every Guardian Force always comes with these 4. Magic, Guardian Force, Draw, and Item. Now, you can only have 3 equipped at a time in your main attack commands. It's always good to have Magic, Guardian Force, and either Draw or Item, depending on who you have in your party. These are passive abilities, such as HP plus, Strength boost, other such commands like that. So these are good to have as well. As we level up our Guardian Forces, we'll gain more here. As we gain magic, we can also use them to buff up our character's stats. Since we have no magic, it doesn't really matter right now. But we can increase our HP, our physical strength, our vitality, which I believe is our HP, our magic, which is how much damage we deal, our spirit, which I believe is our magical protection. Vitality may also be physical defense. Our speed, how fast our ATP gauge fills, our evasion rate, our hit rate, and our luck. Now, Squall is a unique character. He's always guaranteed a hit. 255% is a guaranteed hit. This is because he literally runs up to the enemy and hits them. You kind of can't dodge that. So, that's what we have with that. We also have our elemental bases, which are physical attack. So we're able to junction, say, like fire here, and we'll do fire damage, which is great against ice-based enemies, but fire-based enemies will absorb the damage. This is elemental defense, which allows us to give us a buff to elemental attacks. So we can take half damage from fire, no damage from fire, and if it's green in the percentage, we absorb that much, which is helpful. And here's stats elements, which is pretty much the same thing. We can have sleep, poison, petrify, silence, stuff like that as our hit. And we have defenses against those stuff. Yeah. So, good stuff to have. I believe Asuna is pretty much a across-the-board protection. We won't get that for a while. Guardian Forces also have their own level and stats. For example, let's go with Hex. Yeah. As you can see, there's compatibility. This means how quickly you can summon the Guardian Force. You have to have the Guardian Force assigned to that character to increase the compatibility with them. Use the more they like you, the more they come to your aid quicker. There are ways to artificially inflate this through items, but we'll get to that when we actually get an item that does that. Guardians will gain EXP alongside with us, but they'll also gain AP, which allows them to learn abilities. Always have Hex learn card first, then card mod immediately afterwards. Boost allows you to boost your damage by rapidly tapping square, and this is a magic refine ability. It allows you to turn items into magic, because you have a limited number of spells you can cast. 100 is the max. It's not like Final Fantasy where you have magic points. It's a consumed ability. This allows us to turn items into, say, lightning or wind. With Shiva, or Nexus, she has ice-based magic, or water. So yeah, my advice, Ice Magic Refine for Nexus, and Card Mod for Hex. Alright, that should be that. Yeah, I'll go through everything else later on. Hello! You haven't entered the Fire Cavern yet, have you? You won't be able to take part in today's seed exam if you don't pass this prerequisite. I was going to go this morning, but Cypher. Do you have a good excuse? Not really. Let's get going. If you're not too confident yet, you can review your studies at the study panel. I'll be waiting at the front gate, so come down when you're ready. You can access the study panel from your seat. Thank you, Sensei. Alright. There's more we can explain, but I'll do that in a second. I'm late! Oh, boom. Ah. You okay? There. Tee, I'm fine. Sorry, I was kinda in a hurry. Oh yeah, hey, did you just come from that class? Is homeroom over? Yeah. Oh no. This place is so much bigger than my last garden. Oh, hey. I just transferred here. Do you think you could give me a quick tour of this garden? We don't have to, but since this is new to some people, sure. Woohoo! Alright, let's go. We'll take the elevator to the first floor lobby and I'll show you the directory. Alright. Side note, this is a character we'll meet later on. She is the most deadly character in the game. I'll explain why when we get her as a party member. I'm not even joking, you can beat the final boss with her in one turn, if you're lucky. Oh hey, would you like to have these? My brother gave me these cards, but they're really not my thing. You can have them if you like. What, you don't know how to play a card game? I think it's best if you look at the card game explanation in the tutorial. I don't know much about it, really. If you want to play cards with someone, talk to them by pressing square, but keep in mind, not everyone's a card player. Oh, and by the way, I don't play it, so don't bother challenging me. 7 cards. Okay. Basic tutorial of the card game. You come across a 3x3 grid when you do the card game. You place the card down. The goal is to get a number higher than the card adjacent to you, so you always want to go second. And then have the most cards flipped over on your side to win the game. Generally, if the cards that are flipped over are the ones you can take at the end of it. It's a great way to get cards and items via card mod. Currently we only have Gizzard, Fungar, Red Bat, Gala, Gaspar, Fasticalion F, and Caterpillar. So yeah. As you can see in the bottom right, there are monsters, bosses. Pretty much every boss, with very few exceptions, have a card associated to it. And you'll probably find boss cards of bosses you'll not meet until later in the game. Like, I could find final boss level cards in Disc 1, which is awesome. Every Guardian Force has a card, every character you can play as a card. So kind of cool. And then some. There are some characters that you meet that you can get as cards as well. Speaking of which, there are 2 female students in your homeroom. If you challenge them to a card game, you can get Quistis' card. I'm running out of breath. Whew. That's the directory. That kid running, by the way, he has the mini mug card, which is helpful. Well, this is it. The Balam Garden is pretty big, so it's a good idea to check where you want to go and select it here. I have a question. How do you use this? Move the cursor and press X to select. Next, I'll give a quick explanation of the various facilities. Yes, sir. You'll find the dormitory to the north. The majority of the students live in the dorms. There aren't too many students who commute. Yeah, I'm in the dorms too. You can rest and change in there. I really wish you could actually change your costume whenever you want, but you can't. It's all storyline purposes. West of the North Block is the cafeteria. There's always a big rush for the hot dogs. You better get used to waiting in line. Got it. East of the North Block is the parking lot. We usually take the garden car when a mission comes up. You do get cars in this game because the map is kind of big, and you do need fuel for them, or else you'll run out. So, kind of sucks. Front gate is located to the south. That's right, I have to go meet Instructor Tripp at the front gate. Huh? What's the matter? Nothing. Give me a second. Sorry, I had to yawn. Next, we have the quad located to the west block, in the west block. There's an event being planned there. I know. It's the Garden Festival. I'm gonna play. It's gonna be great. I'm going to be on the committee. You wanna help out too? Let's just continue. South of the west block is the infirmary. This is where you get treated for your injuries, but a lot of students just come here for advice. What's the doctor's name? Dr. Katawaki. Why did I say Katakawa? Now the East Block. This is the training center. It's the only facility open at night. It's used for training, and they have real monsters running loose here. If you don't take it seriously, you may end up dead. Just be careful. Oop, okay. Side note, there is a creature here called T-Rexor. It's a giant T-Rex. It has 11,000 HP. Do not fight the T-Rexor. It will kill you. Period. The forest outside Balam Garden also has T-Rexor, so be careful of that. Try your best not to run from any battles until we finish the event next set, because it will play into your overall seed ranking, which I'll get into later. South of the East Block is the library. There's a lot of material you can look up here, but the terminals in the classroom are a lot more efficient. And you already know about the classroom on the second floor, right? Yeah, I remember that one. By the way, the headmaster's office is located on the 3rd floor. You need permission to get in. And their question was the headmaster's name. Headmaster Sid. Almost every Final Fantasy has a Sid. That's about it. Anything else? I got it. Hey, are you taking today's seed exam? Yeah. Then maybe I'll see you around I'll see you again. Later. I've already finished my training at the previous garden. I'm taking the seed exam today, too. Good luck to both of us, huh? Take a shot. No problem. Alright, let's save. I already tried recording this set earlier, but didn't like how it turned out. Alright. First things first, we're going to start a side quest for a character in the future. You probably won't see me do a card game, by the way. It's just because it's very time exclusive, and I do a lot of resetting when I mess up. Okay, for a side quest, you come in here and talk to this lady here. Come on, talk to her. The following acts are prohibited within the library: talking loudly, eating and drinking, running around. And also, Avoid late returns. No fighting over seats. I have to go over the library of rules with children next period. I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous. I hope they understand. Alright. Here is a hidden book. Occult Fan number 1. We'll occasionally find books throughout the world. We can find weapon magazines that'll teach us how to make new weapons, which are tied into the main character Squall's limit breaks. The stronger your weapon is, the more powerful the limit break you have is. Technically, you can get Squall's limit break in Disc 1. It's hard as hell to do. I'm not doing it, but you can do it. The reason why I'm not doing it, by the way, is because it ruins most of the game because it becomes way too freaking easy. Mysterious monster death. Odell Burke, age 67, of Timber, was tending to his field when he found a dead monster after hearing a loud impact sound. Mr. Burke said it occurred while making a fence with steel pipes. An extremely strange death. So, we now know that there's a weird creature involving steel pipes, and the creature we see there also has steel pipes. So, we have to hunt down that creature to get steel pipes. FYI, that creature is called a Wendigo. The Occult Fan magazines tie into unique sightings of monsters, and also a unique Guardian Force. So, pay attention to those things. This is a draw point. They allow you to draw magic. Now, what you get, the amount of magic you get from them is somewhat random. You can get anywhere from, I believe, 1 to 20. So keep that in mind. I got 11 as soon as though. It's pretty good. There are invisible draw points, so keep that in mind. We will be getting a Guardian Force soon that can teach us an ability that makes it invisible, so it's helpful. So I like the music. Hey kid. There's another side quest we can do that serves no purpose whatsoever, other than advancing a side plot for characters. You don't get anything from them, which is why you won't see me doing it. But just go to the cafeteria and talk to the 3 people in the back to trigger it. If you want to do it, of course. I don't, so we're going. FYI, that guy over there, he plays cards. He has a T-Rex sword. Get it. If you can and if you want to. FYI, you can only draw magic from draw points if you have a draw ability assigned to that character. If you have item instead of draw, you can't draw. Kinda sucks. This guy also is a card player, if memory serves. Alright, this is Cure. Alright, now I'm gonna explain this quickly, because this may be purely anecdotal, but it may actually work. I believe the higher your magic stat is, the more magic you get from drawing from enemies, which I'll explain in a little bit. It's something I noticed the last time I was playing this. My character with a higher magic stat was able to get more magic than Squall was. Sensei. I have a few things to explain before we head off. Guardian Force gives us strength. The stronger the Guardian Force, the stronger we become. So here's a brief explanation on junctioning a Guardian Force. I've already done that. Just tap that circle button. Everything okay up till now? You can always check back by accessing the tutorial from the menu. Once we get to the fire cavern, I'll explain how junction magic. Use the command draw during battle and attack and stock magic from your enemies. Be sure to have some stocked. Ready to go? Fire cavern used to be the fire cavern used for the test is located east of here. Alright, let's junction Hex to Christus. Alright, I'm gonna give you some advice for something to do. I'm gonna go off screen to do it. So I advise before opening up the next part to do I advise if you're playing along. Make sure. Alright, first and foremost, make sure you have the card set to be learning and the item, the Ice Magic Refined set to learn as well. Most enemies in this area will give you 1 AP, so you have to fight around 40 enemies in total to get what you need. Get up to level 11 at the least. It'll make things easier for you. Out here, fight the enemies Bite Bug, Caterpillar, and the Fastilian F over on the beach. Draw 100 of each spell type from each of the enemies for both your characters. It will save you in the long run. Also, get 10 at the least fish fins from the Fastilian Fs. They drop them. Because you can transfer one of those into 20 waters, which is a great item, a great spell to have early on in the game. And also get spider webs from the caterpillars in the forest. They will give you give Quistis a new limit break. What I mean by this is Quistis is a blue mage, which is a character who learns magic abilities from enemies. Laser eyes are base ability. The spiderweb, when used as an item on her in the menu, will teach her ultra waves. Caterpillar is the best way to get those. So that's my advice for that. I'm going to go and do a few things. So, I'll be back in a few minutes.